everybody. Welcome to our guided meditation today through Healthy Minds Innovations. My name is Stephanie Wagner, and I'm a trainer and program specialist for Healthy Minds. And I'm here today to lead you in a guided practice. And today our focus for our guided practice is going to be all about the skill of self-awareness. So would love, as you're joining here today, for you to share with me in the chat box where you live. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's very snowy here today, and would love to hear from you where you live, as well as maybe a word that describes how you're feeling today. So if you're new to Healthy Minds Innovations, let me tell you just really briefly who we are. We're a nonprofit that's affiliated with a research institution at the University of Wisconsin-Madison called the Center for Healthy Minds. And our mission is to take scientific insights coming out of the Center for Healthy Minds and to translate them into tools to help people both cultivate as well as measure well-being. We have a unique framework of well-being that has 4 different dimensions of well-being, and within each of these dimensions of well-being, there's a set of skills. And these skills are both trainable as well as there's science that links them to being beneficial to well-being. We lovingly call this framework ASIP, and these 4 dimensions of well-being are awareness, connection, insight, and purpose. And so because we're kicking off a new year, we thought it would be useful to spend a little bit of time today on awareness. This is certainly something that's been at the top of my mind, but we're going to focus specifically today on cultivating self-awareness. So you can think of self-awareness as mindfulness that is applied to the inner landscape of our lives. It's mindfulness focused on thoughts and emotions. And self-awareness is critical for a couple of reasons. It's critical for emotional regulation. So what self-awareness allows us to do is it allows us to see what's going on in our emotional lives. We can see when we're triggered, and rather than getting all wrapped up and reactive, what we can do is we can actually respond more thoughtfully from a place of having some space, because we're able to see our response and our thoughts happening in real time. Now, the reason why self-awareness has been at the top of my mind is because of its role in habit formation. So self-awareness is critical in helping us to both develop healthy habits, but also to stop habits that are not serving us. We can actually see the role of our thoughts and emotions as it relates to our behavior and as it's driving our habits. And so from there, we can actually begin to make a change. And because I'm a board certified health coach, I just feel so passionately about habit formation. And I think that habits can really serve us in some really meaningful ways. So looking forward to talking about self-awareness, or guiding our practice on self-awareness today. So let's just see who we have here. Munich, Madison, Chicago. All right. Wonderful. So happy that you are here with me today. Okay, should we do this? Let's do this. So let's go ahead and get settled in. We'll practice for about 20 minutes or so. So go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable posture. So just maybe taking your feet and placing them on the ground. You can put your hands in your lap or on your thighs. You can choose to practice with your eyes open or your eyes closed, but just take a moment to just feel what's going on with your body today. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths here. On each out breath, see if you can let go of any busyness or doing energy that's been propelling you to this point in your day. And now take a moment to ground yourself in awareness. So just noticing something in your present experience. It may be sensations happening in your body, maybe continuing to focus on the breath, or maybe even something like sounds in the environment. So take a moment or two to just be with something in your present experience. From here, let's set our intention for our practice today. Let's set our intention that we're going to focus on paying attention to our thoughts, seeing them as much as we can throughout the course of our practice. So today, I'm going to pay attention to my thoughts. All right, so we're going to work with this practice of practicing self-awareness in 3 different steps. So the first step that we're going to do here is we're going to focus on cultivating thoughts on purpose. We're going to do this through reciting a phrase in our mind. I'm going to make a suggestion, but it can really be any phrase that you like. So the phrase is, may my mind be calm and clear. May my mind be calm and clear. So repeat this in your mind and notice the thought as you're saying the phrase. May my mind be calm and clear. So here we're generating a thought on purpose with some intention, and we're just being with the thought that we're creating in our mind. May my mind be calm and clear. This may feel a little strange as you're doing it, and that's okay. The idea here is you're simply seeing the thought in the mind as you're reciting the phrase, may my mind be calm and clear. And you may notice that from time to time you get distracted in that moment. When you recognize distraction, you're back in awareness and it's not a problem. Just coming back to becoming aware of the sound, the mental sound of this phrase in your mind. May my mind be calm and clear. So let's do this for another moment or so. Okay, we're going to move on to the next step. And so the step can be done with your eyes gently open. And if this is new to you, that's okay. Just gently open your eyes with a soft gaze. And here we're not going to think on purpose. We're simply going to be aware of thoughts that pop up in the mind, just noticing them as they occur. There will be times where your mind may feel still. You have no thoughts, and there will be times when there are thoughts present. So see if you can simply notice the thoughts as they're coming and going in your mind. And these thoughts may have images, there may be words. Whatever's happening, see if you can see it as it's happening. And there's no need to focus too intently here. Allow the thoughts to naturally come and go and see if you can notice them. It's almost like our thoughts are a river, and we're standing on the bank of the river watching our thoughts come and go. And along with the images or the words, you may notice some sort of inner tone of the thoughts, maybe criticizing or not. Whatever is happening, see if you can notice images, words, tone, whatever is happening in the inner landscape of your mind. It's very natural to get distracted. You can rejoice when you notice it. That's success. And then you simply continue to watch the thoughts in this space of awareness. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the third part of this self-awareness practice, which is allowing the mind to rest in open awareness. Nothing to do here except for simply be. You'll notice that the mind will go and notice things in the environment. You can just allow things to arise, sort of in this space of knowing. And just allow yourself to just simply be. No need to control the mind, direct the mind. Just allow the mind to rest as it is in this moment. Simply notice whatever is happening in this moment. It's okay. Allowing yourself to just be completely open and relaxed. Thoughts may come, thoughts may go. Whatever's happening is okay. Simply be. We're not trying to create an experience here. We're not trying to get rid of thought. Just be here right now, open and present. Okay, let's go through these 3 steps one more time. So we're going to go back to generating thoughts on purpose. You can choose to do this with your eyes closed. You can work with the phrase that I suggested before or something else. May my mind be calm and clear. Just notice the mental sound of reciting the phrase in your mind. Noticing distraction. Coming back to this sort of simple mental reciting. May my mind be calm and clear. Okay, we're going to move away from generating thoughts on purpose to just bringing awareness to thoughts as they're arising in the mind. So once again, if you can, open your eyes gently and simply notice thoughts. Like watching our inner television, seeing those images, stories, whatever is happening. And as you begin to return to just watching thoughts naturally, you may find that the mind is quite calm and still, and that is okay. Just notice the thoughts as they come and go. And for the last minute or two here, let's just let go of any effort. So nothing to do here, just allow the mind to rest as it is, simply be, resting the mind in open awareness, not paying attention to anything in particular, yet also not distracted or lost. And within this state of resting your mind, thoughts will come, thoughts will go, no problem. Okay, and you can let go of the practice altogether and just conclude by setting the intention that for the rest of the day, you're going to try and be aware of your thoughts as much as you can. And so just set the intention today, I will be aware of my thoughts. And whenever you're ready, then you can just come back to me. All right, nicely done. So just to recap, we worked on cultivating self-awareness using the movement of the mind. We did it in 3 steps. We started with generating thoughts on purpose. Then we allowed the thoughts to arise naturally and really, watched the thoughts. And then we just allowed the mind to completely relax and allow experience to just happen naturally as it's happening. And distraction, of course, is a very natural part of the process. We're training our mind. So, this is what happens. Our mind gets distracted, and then it comes back, and distracted, and then comes back. That's all a part of the process. But each time we get distracted, we can rejoice because we're back in awareness. And that's essentially what we're doing. So I would encourage you to see if you can watch your thoughts. I know we set the intention at the end of our practice today, but this can just be so very useful. I think for me, I notice patterns in my mind of perfectionism. I have a lot of kind of self-criticism around that. And so when you can actually see it happening, you can just see that it's just a thought. You don't need to believe it. You don't need to get all caught up in it. You just see, oh, there's my little self-critic wanting me to be perfect. And I know that's impossible. So you can just begin to see that as it's happening. And then also as we're moving into Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday, you may notice thoughts and emotions arising as a result of that. And again, you can just simply see these thoughts and emotions happening as they are arising. So if you're interested in learning more, you can download our app that is freely offered due to the generosity of our donors. Self-awareness is a part of the awareness pillar, the awareness dimension of our Healthy Minds framework. Also just want to mention, we are starting our winter cohort of the Healthy Minds masterclass that is open to the public. This is starting next Tuesday. This is a class that's offered in the morning in the central United States, but really intended to accommodate also our European friends who may want to take part live. And the masterclass is an amazing way, an 8-week journey to training your mind and flourishing and developing healthy habits. So thank you so much. I look forward to being here with you next Thursday. If you speak Spanish, Daniela, I believe will be here on Monday at 5 p.m. Central. So thank you so much and wishing you well today.